Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Good evening. It's my honor and pleasure to join in the Essence Awards celebration of outstanding African American women. Our country has been enriched by the contributions of tonight's honorees. Their diverse achievements represent the many ways African American women are vital to the strength of America. From the world of entertainment to the stage of politics, from the sports arena to the grassroots of community and civil rights activism, these 8 women have used their gifts to transform themselves and through their special focus and commitment to make a real difference to our nation.
From New York City, it's the 1993 Essence Awards. Hosting tonight's celebration are Ms. Patti LaBelle and Mr. Danny Glover, and starring Anita Baker, Kathleen Battle, Halle Berry, Bill Cosby, Mark Curry, Florence Griffith Joyner, James Ingram and Margaret Robert Kennedy Jr., Stephanie Mills, Shantae Moore, Eddie Murphy, Edward James Olmos, Shanice, Sounds of Blackness, Karen White and Lindsay Wagner. Honoring Tina Turner, Dr. Corla Wilson Hawkins, Gail Devers, Aretha Franklin, Sweet Alice Harris, Lena Horne, Senator Carol Moseley Braun, and Rosa Parks. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Patti LaBelle and Mr. Danny Glover.
Welcome to the 1993 Essence Awards. This evening, we're going to celebrate the lives of 8 outstanding African American women, women who have changed their worlds and ours.
Tonight's honorees include America's first African American female senator, Carol Moseley Braun.
Olympic gold medalist Gail Devers. Yes.
A miracle worker from Watts, California, known as Sweet Alice Harris.
Yes. A Chicago educator, Dr. Corla Wilson Hawkins.
And the woman known as the mother of the civil rights movement, Miss Rosa Parks.
Yes. The undisputed queen of soul, Miss Aretha Franklin. Yeah. Okay. Now, we got some more for you. Legendary star of stage, screen, and song, Miss Pretty Lena Horne. I'm scared of her. And rock music icon, the sensational, Miss thing, Tina Turner.
Tonight's honorees are women with a passion for life, women who wouldn't take no for an answer, women who have paved the way.
And they have shown us the true meaning of the words strength, courage, artistry, and commitment.
Here to kick off tonight's celebration and honor the first lady of rock and roll, Miss Tina Turner, is one of her biggest and funniest admirers, Mr. Bill Cosby.
Lena Horne said, every woman has a Tina Turner inside of her that is trying to get out. And there's some silly old men looking at their wives, wondering what they can do to bring out the Tina Turner and the wife. Now, what I want to know is, if the Tina Turner and your wife gets out, are you going to be able to put it back in? Rhythm and blues singer, rock goddess, sex symbol, movie star, Annie Mae Bullock. Tina Turner. Tina has invented herself by constantly reinventing herself. It's precisely this ability to rise from the ashes of her former selves like a phoenix that we are honoring Tina Turner this evening. Her celebrity brought about the first of many transformations for the former Annie Mae Bullock.
All of that stardom meant nothing because standing on stage, I was depressed about the offstage life, so nothing meant anything to me on stage. And then there was the pressure of having to make sure I was singing as I wanted. My life was horrible, the pictures were horrible, the songs I was singing was horrible. That was my existence, the star that people thought I was. But I made the best of it because I think some kind of way I did feel that was the vehicle to get me where I needed to go to.
After years of torturous physical and mental abuse during their brutal marriage, Tina realized it was time to stand up for her life.
God, I felt good fighting back. You know, I didn't care if it hurt. I was hit. It might not have hurt, but I was fighting back anyway. So we got to the hotel. I tell you, I was almost laughing. I knew I was out of there. That was it. I knew that I was walking.
Tina walked on Independence Day, 1976, with 36 cents and a freedom money can't buy.
4th of July, Independence Day. My head was about this big. I was away from my... And you know, to tell you the truth, that's when I really realized the importance of Independence Day. I'm gone and I'm not going back was the attitude.
And Tina regained control of her life. And with the help and support of friends like Ann Margaret, Tina Turner was rolling again.
I knew then that I could decide what tempos the song should be when they're still fast, but I felt at that moment I was going to do whatever I wanted to do.
By 1984, guided by her new manager, Roger Davies, Tina Turner reincarnated as the Queen of Rock.
The Grammy goes to... What's Love Got to Do with It?
And the song of the year is... What's Love Got to Do with It?
And the record of the year is... Oh, I'm so excited. Does that make you nervous? Okay. What's Love Got to Do with It?
I didn't know that kind of success. That kind of success was not a reality that I thought I would have.
Her Private Dancer album went on to win 5 Grammys, sold more than 10 million copies, had 5 top 10 singles, and her first #1 record.
I'm extremely critical of myself. I look at now old footage that you have here, and I think, oh, I changed that. Facial expressions, the way that I stood, all of that was to make myself better or as good as I possibly could be.
That she really wants to entertain the audience, really wants to.
She's got a lot of personality on stage and it comes across to the audience. She's having a good time.
The first real woman rock and roll.
To millions of her adoring fans, she's an icon of eternal youth, a rock and roll siren with a heart full of love, a country girl whose dreams came true. Tina, you are admired by so many people, and one of your dearest friends couldn't stay away. She's here to present you with your award. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ann Margaret.
Where are you? You're right there, surprise. I am so happy to be here tonight and be a part of this wonderful celebration honoring my dear friend, Tina Turner, a woman of compassion, strength, courage, and great faith. Tina is quite remarkable as a woman, as a mother, and as an artist who continually soars. Tina, you're simply, as you say in the song, simply the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tina Turner.
I'm really not one to cry, but Bill got me on that one. I was just so thrilled because Ann was, still is, a kind of a role model and an inspiration for when I first started my life on my very own. I wanted to be like Ann Margaret. She and her husband Roger was a great inspiration in helping me and supporting me get things together like equipment for recording. She played a very strong part in my life, and that's why I'm so emotional for her. And Bill, I opened many times for Bill in Las Vegas, and one of the things he used to do all the time was hide my costumes. All the time, all the time. I wish I had had Bill and his family as a role model when I was growing up. We are all born with gifts. Some of us have more than one. What I do best is singing and dancing. But I never thought as I was correcting my life that I would be recognized for it. And my achievement is what I achieved after all of that ugly life. How I achieved it is my mind was clear. No drugs, no alcohol. I'm thrilled for this tonight because it's from my country, my people. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Essence family. Cheers.
We had to find some real divas to pay tribute to Tina Turner. And I know they're divas because they told me so. Please welcome Stephanie Mills, Shantae Moore, and Karen White, the divas.
You must understand that the touch of your hand makes my pulse react, and that it's only the thrill of boy meeting girl opposites attract. It's physical, ooh, only logical. You must try to ignore that it means so much more. Oh, what's love got to do? It got to do with it. What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do? It got to do with it. Who needs a heart when a heart whatever you want to do is all right with me. Let me be the one you come running to, 'cause I'll never be true. Oh, Jesus, we ought to stay together, loving you whether times are good or bad, but happy or sad. We don't need another hero. We don't need to know the world. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. So what do we do in our lives when evolving our minds? Will our story shine like a light, or end in the dark? Give it all or nothing. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river.
The 1993 Essence Awards is brought to you by Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. And J.C. Penney. And Johnson & Johnson, where quality products have been a tradition for generations.
This guest received critical acclaim for his role as an aspiring high school teacher in the film Stand and Deliver. But he garnered even more praises and admiration from the citizens of Los Angeles when he led a broom brigade to help heal and unite Angelenos following last year's civil unrest. He's an outstanding actor and a community role model. Please welcome Mr. Edward James Olmos.
God bless you and thank you all very much. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. It's an honor and privilege because to me the teaching profession is the most noble profession on the planet. It is truly, without a teacher, I don't know where doctors would be, I don't know where the president would be, I don't know where priests would be, I don't know where anybody would be without teachers. So it gives me great honor to stand up here and say to Dr. Corla Wilson Hawkins, you are a teacher from the old school.
In the 20 years that I've been teaching, I have been fortunate to work in the inner city schools, and I find no matter where I go, the problems are the same. We have the same teacher meetings, we have the same administrators to cite the same problems, and we leave in June with the same no answers. And finally, I decided that somewhere along the line, if we're going to be effective, somebody needs to create an answer.
Dr. Hawkins' program, Recovering the Gifted Child, is a refuge for the students no other teachers wanted. The problem child, the slow learners, the chronically truant and disinterested.
As a parent, you will commit yourself to come to the gifted meetings and the LSC meetings. You will pick up your child's report card during the school year.
To get into the program, students and parents have to sign a contract spelling out the responsibilities of each to the child's education.
Let's go over this a little bit so you can understand what you're doing.
Dr. Hawkins' students soon discover there's a world of interesting things to learn about, almost everywhere you look.
All children have the potential. We just needed to know what their gifts were. Because I believe that all of these children are God's gift to us as parents. And so I said, well, you're gifted. And they didn't have any idea what the gift was or what gifted meant or how to even show me the gift. And everything that they did that was positive, I exaggerated it and made it a big thing, and I gave them trophies for every little positive thing and all kinds of awards. And after a while, they began to believe, you know, and they started saying, I'm gifted. And I'll say, well, the gift's not here yet, but keep working on it. And eventually, they began to move in the mold that they were gifted, and I found they were reading more, and they were applying themselves more, and they were trying harder. If we let the children know that we believe in them and we give them an environment to say, hey, you can do it, and we believe as educators that they can do it, they will do it.
As a parent, I am very grateful that there's a Dr. Hawkins. I felt very fortunate. I felt and still feel very fortunate. I get a little emotional because I look in my daughter and I see how she's grown. And I knew I couldn't do it by myself.
I had very low self-esteem in this class when I first came. My attitude towards myself, towards other people, has changed dramatically.
To have the values that I try to instill within my children, within my home, to be able to come to school and to be exposed to things at this point that I would necessarily be able to do, but definitely desire for my children to do. I mean, the different programs, a job for a day, I mean, even just the hope that what you look out your window and see that's not all there is to life.
I have been labeled as an unorthodox teacher. I don't know if I accept that as a compliment or not, because I really think really unorthodox are teachers that are ineffective. At my school, I do face a lot of controversy, but it's okay. I always say when I'm asked that question or people ask me, well, how do you do? I say, well, if I were running for Miss America, I would need to be popular. To be a teacher, I just need to be effective. So maybe I don't have a lot of friends as a teacher, but I don't need a lot of friends. I need a lot of successful students making a brighter tomorrow, and that's what I come here for.
Congratulations, Dr. Hawkins. We love you. Mwah.
Dr. Hawkins, you've encouraged many, many students over the years. And one of them is here tonight to express her gratitude. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bridget Jones.
Mama Hawkins, I want you to know that you mean a great deal to me. You came into my life and you showed me a way when I thought there wasn't one. You believed in me. You taught me to believe in myself. You loved and nurtured me as if I was your very own. You motivated me throughout my grammar school and high school years, and you continue to motivate me in my present undergraduate studies at Southern Illinois University. I also want to let you know you have inspired me. And through your inspiration, I not only know that I can achieve, I know that I will achieve. And I love you very much.
Dr. Hawkins, Essence is proud to join the choir of voices tonight. The students, the parents, the educators who are singing your praise tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me Dr. Corla Wilson Hawkins.
I want to thank God, first of all, for being the head of my life. I love Susan Taylor and the Essence staff, and I want to thank them also. It's really funny what this Essence Award represents to me. To every honoree here, it means something different. To me, it means a reason for living. 15 years ago, I was in a hospital because I had decided to terminate my life. I'd given up on wanting to live. And God told me that if I would live, He would give me something to do. and in living, he gave me lives to touch. Everything that I do with these children symbolizes my reasons to stay alive and to want to live. I give them all that I have. Many teachers will ask me, well, why do you invest your little menial income back into your class? And I ask them, why did Jesus feed folks with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread? Nothing in this life means more to me than to see our young children today be the essence recipients of the future. For in our classrooms are many dynamic young African American leaders, and it's up to us to make them that. Thank you.
We could easily find 100 ways to pay tribute to Dr. Hawkins, but we thought a song for the children best expressed the hope she inspires. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. James Ingram and the Rejoice Ensemble Harlem Youth Choir.
That's the way it breaks my heart. How many lives are thrown away? To change the world, we'd have to start with each of our children. We'll never stop our ways of war if we don't start to love a child. We've got to give them something more than we've ever given before. Sing for the children, take time for the children, and love can be learned if we just teach it. Bring, talking about a dream, believing, then have the strength to help them reach it. The children need a smile. If you think that they can wait another day, you're wrong as you can be. They have just so long to be children, and we must be strong, strong for the children. Take time for the children, and love can be learned if we just teach it. Bring, talking about a dream. Oh, and the strength to help them reach it.
The Essence Awards will return with Aretha Franklin, Eddie Murphy, Anita Baker, and Halle Berry after this. Ladies and gentlemen, the editor-in-chief of Essence magazine is Susan L. Taylor.
The Essence Awards was created 6 years ago to give national focus to the remarkable achievements of African American women. Each year, Essence senior editors select 8 honorees who've distinguished themselves in their particular fields. And not only have they done good work, but they've also given something back to society. And what this award really means is it's saying to the nation tonight that this is the good news that you don't see. What we're saying is that this is the substance and spirit of who we are as women, who we are as a people. This evening says to our children, no matter how difficult your life may seem at times, you can succeed with hard work, with discipline and focus. If we adults provide a safe and nurturing environment for you to grow in. And the purple ribbon symbolizes our need to stop the violence in our neighborhoods. Our lives are a great gift from God. What we do with them is the gift that we give back to God. Thank you for joining us this evening.
In 1988, she made sports history when she became the first American woman to win 4 medals and 1 Olympic game, darling, 1, okay? Tonight, she's here to honor a friend and a fellow Olympian. Ladies and gentlemen, a truly great athlete and a 1989 Essence Award winner, Miss Florence Griffith Joyner. You go, girl.
I first met the woman I'm about to honor in 1986 on UCLA's track. I remember thinking, she sure is giving it her all. I had never seen anyone so focused, so determined, and so positive. Her dream was to make it to the Olympics, and she did. And in the process, she showed the world the true meaning of courage. Gail Devers' story is all about the triumph of the human spirit.
When Gail Devers stepped into the starting blocks before a hushed crowd in Barcelona, she asked God to let her run the best race of her life.
Fair start in the women's 100. Cuthbert away quickly, so's Gail Devers. Here comes Pravalova and Ani. Gail Devers has the lead. Cuthbert is there. Pravalova, it's a tight finish.
She did 100 meters in 10.82 seconds. Her coach, Bob Kersey, was ecstatic.
When she came to me and what have you, we were celebrating. I told her, I said, no, you did the work. You wanted it bad enough, you believed in yourself, and now you got it. So this belongs to you. It don't belong to anybody else but you. This is your victory. Go take that victory lap and enjoy it.
On the grand stage of the Olympics, the world had witnessed the greatest comeback in modern track history. Gail Devers first began to make a name for herself during her college days at UCLA. Her performances in collegiate, national, and international meets proved she was a rising star in the world of track and field. But then Gail's body began giving her signals that something was wrong.
In 1988, I had migraine headaches where I lose my vision in my left eye, memory loss, or weight fluctuation, I should say, from 97 pounds to 137 pounds in a matter of weeks. I'll go through periods of insomnia to comatose, hair loss.
For 2 years, Gail struggled to keep her track career going, but found she could no longer compete. Finally, in 1990, doctors figured out what was wrong. Gail had Graves' disease, a condition of a malfunctioning thyroid gland.
And once I found out that it wasn't me, I just happened to be plagued with the disease, it was like, okay, Gail, then you're fine. Once you get your treatment underway, you're going to be back to where you were and hopefully better than that.
Gail began treatment immediately, but the radiation therapy triggered debilitating side effects.
There were days when she looked world class, and there were days she did not even look like she belonged on the track. And then there were times when she would be able to do portions of the workout, and then all of a sudden she would start shaking and going through these trembles, and it was shocking.
Gail's feet began to blister and bleed. She came within 2 days of having them amputated. Doctors realized she was reacting to the radiation treatment.
To me, it's like you don't really appreciate your talent until it comes to a point where you're almost losing it. And you kind of take for granted that you can get up and you can walk across the room to the restroom or anything. And when I was 2 days from having my feet amputated, now I think, when I wake up in the morning, I thank God just to have my feet still. And I feel like I've been given a second chance.
Gail's therapy was changed, and within a month, she was able to walk a lap around UCLA's track. The love and support she received from her parents and friends kept her going. Of course, there was also Gail's indomitable spirit that kept the dream of Barcelona alive.
You would have to know what this girl went through and the work that she put in there, and then for her to go to the Olympic Games and to do it. It was just so touching, and I was just so happy for her.
The last 2 years of my life was like a miracle. And if you don't believe that dreams come true, look at me.
It is a pleasure to present a 1993 Essence Award to a woman who has shown the world the true meaning of courage and determination and the power of faith, Miss Gail Devers.
I'd like to first give thanks to God. Without him, I wouldn't be here. You know, the last few years of my life, a lot has happened with my illness, and winning the gold medal in Barcelona for my country meant the world to me. There are times that, you know, you feel like the walls are closing in on you and there's no way out. And it's during those times that you have to have faith and belief in yourself to know that you're going to conquer any obstacle that's going to come before you. You're not going to let anyone or anything deter you from achieving those goals. And I'd like to thank the Essence family from the bottom of my heart for helping to make my dream come true. And this is definitely going next to my gold medal. Thank you.
Your astonishing accomplishments have inspired our choreographer, Michael Peters, to create the dance tribute, The Olympian Spirit, in your honor. Please welcome the Essence Dancers.
Patti LaBelle performs, Aretha Franklin's honored, and so much more when the Essence Awards returns.
Back in the early 50s, in Detroit's New Bethel Baptist Church, the soul of a people took on a new form. But it needed someone to give it voice, someone it could take possession of. Now, naturally, it chose the preacher's daughter.
Precious, oh, Lord.
Aretha often toured with her father, the Reverend C.L. Franklin. When she switched to R&B, she did so with her father's blessing. Aretha made her first records in the early 60s, but it wasn't until 1967 that she found a style that satisfied her soul and the soul of 1 million new converts who took it as the gospel truth.
You're no good, heartbreaker. You're a liar and you're a cheat. And I don't know why I let you do these things to me.
Aretha took her gospel sound into the world of secular music and came up with her first million-seller.
I Never Loved a Man. That was my first million-selling record. I never loved a man the way I love you.
The same week Never Loved a Man broke, Aretha recorded Respect, Baby, 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 Soul Serenade, and Dr. Feelgood. It was the year of a natural soul woman.
I would certainly have to put her among the creators, you know, people who genuinely create the sound that other people wish they could do.
I take great pleasure in presenting to you the Cashbox Achievement Award for 1967. You finished first in singles, first on albums, and first in rhythm and blues.
When Aretha demanded her propers in 1967, she sang not only for herself, but for all African Americans and for women in general. Respect became an anthem for the civil rights movement. Her appeal is universal, her sound is contemporary, her soul intact.
An opportunity arises to work with Aretha. You drop everything and do it, you know, and there's not even a hesitation.
She's the best, quite simply, you know, she's the best. Much as I love a lot of other female artists, there's no one touches her really.
As Aretha sings the blues, she sings jazz, she sings pop, she obviously sings gospel. I think if given half a chance, she'd probably could sing opera.
Aretha has sung for kings and presidents and common folk, and the majesty of her voice has uplifted all of us. For more than a quarter of a century, Aretha Franklin has reigned supreme as the undisputed queen of soul. She has had more million-selling singles and has won more Grammys than any other woman in recorded history. For this, and for simply telling it like it is, we're proud to honor you with the 1993 Essence Award. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Aretha Franklin.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank the Essence family, Mrs. Susan Taylor, and the Essence staff. It is with great pride and pleasure that I accept this very distinguished award. And historically, Essence has made a major contribution to our culture and to our community, to our relationships, and to our lives. And I will treasure this and put it among my most treasured. Thank you.
Who better to pay tribute to a singer than another phenomenal singer, especially one I know all of you have been waiting to hear. The original Miss Thing, Miss Patti LaBelle.
Oh,
Aretha, I love you. Ain't no way for me to love you if you won't let me. It ain't no way, no way for me to give you all you need. When you won't let me give up, give up, give up, give up, give up, give up, give up to me. Oh, but how can I give you everything you need when you're trying off of my hands? Oh, it ain't no way, ain't no way. I said it ain't no way, no way. Said it ain't no way. Sure ain't no way. It ain't no way for me to love you if you won't let me. Stop trying to be someone you're not. Hardcore and cruel is a man who paid too much for what he got. And if you need me to love you, say, just say you do. I said that it ain't no way, 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 darling. No. Said it ain't no way. No. Sure ain't no way. It ain't no way, no way. For me to love you, if you won't let me. No way, no, 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 no. It ain't, it ain't, it ain't, it ain't no way, no.
Eddie Murphy, Mark Curry, Shanice, Anita Baker, Lena Horne, Halle Berry, and so many more stars join the Essence Awards after this.
Our next guest is not just an Emmy winner. She's also a committed community activist. She has spoken out on the behalf of abused children and championed such issues as the environment and domestic violence prevention. She is a hands-on woman of action who doesn't just talk about a need for change. Miss Singh just goes out there and gets it done. She gets the job done. She just does. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Lindsay Wagner.
Along Lou Dillon Avenue in the Watts community of Los Angeles, there sits a row of houses that includes the headquarters of the Parents of Watts, an oasis for people in need. Now, the founder of Parents of Watts is a dispenser of hope, known affectionately as Sweet Alice Harris.
When you get Hillary Clinton, tell Hillary, the lady, Sweet Alice, out in Watts, California, had you to call her and tell her you need some help.
Mrs. Harris has lived in the Watts area for more than 30 years. And over the years, wherever Sweet Alice has seen a need, she has worked to fill it. Her programs are simple and effective solutions to neighborhood problems. The Parents of Watts provides shelter for the homeless, food and clothing for the needy, tutorial programs for young people, and job training for the unemployed. No matter what the need, Sweet Alice is ready and willing to help.
What I'm doing, actually, is what somebody did for me one day. So I just didn't come up with a program. I knew this was needed because it was needed for me. I was a teenage mother at 13. I was homeless myself when I was about 15 or 16, I think. So I relate because I wore these shoes. I understand how it is when you want to turn your life around and everybody said, you bad, don't give them a chance, they'll never change. And that's the biggest tale in town. People do change. Love will move a mountain.
Mrs. Harris has seen firsthand what poverty and neglect can do to a community and the morale of its residents.
They need a job. A man ain't a man if he can't take care of his family. So what's a shame that society is allowing people to come up and not give them the tools they need to be a man or a woman where they can be independent and not dependent.
She turns on the light bulb in your head and makes you think and helps you with your problems. And if there's something bothering you that she doesn't have the answer to, she's going to say, well, let's pray about it. So either way it goes, you're going to get some help.
Indeed, Mrs. Harris knows what it takes to turn a life around. She and her husband, Alan, have successfully raised 9 children, and even though she works around the clock, Sweet Alice has still managed to go back to school and earn a college degree.
She's the kind of person that always has her arms out. She's always willing to help somebody. You know, it doesn't matter. You can just be walking down the street and you can stop and she'll see that you need, and she's just there to, you know, open her arms to you.
Mrs. Harris has received national recognition for her work, been honored by many organizations, but she's remained focused. The people in the community are still her first priority.
You know, it's a good feeling to come here because you know that before the day is out, you're going to have to be done save somebody. That's a good feeling.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mrs. Sweet Alice Harris.
You just really don't know how good I feel to see that it is still some good-looking, nice-looking, respectable young men that's willing to open the car door for me. It's those little small things that you do for people that keeps them living. For me to come here and ride in a limousine, I didn't think I'd ever do that coming from Watts. And for me to sit at the table with the head people, I didn't know you would let me do that. But I want to let you know, I want to thank you for that. You see, the people that I serve and wait on, they're not able to do what you do for me. And I know that. Because when people need you to help them, they're just like babies. Their life is in your hand. And it's up to you whether they live or die. And I want to thank you for giving me the courage. Essence, I go back, and my fuel is rekindling. I don't feel as bad as I was feeling. I'm going to go back and tell Watts, wake up, Watts, because people do care about us. And we're going to start a new day, so don't worry. And thank you.
Our next guest is a young singer whose inspiring songs carry a message of healing and hope. And tonight, she performs for you. Please welcome Shanice.
Always believe in yourself. Shine a light from your highest rays. Always believe in yourself. Keep your inner child alive, alive. We'll keep your child alive. Keep your inner keep it alive, 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 alive. You keep it alive, baby. Looking in my heart, I gotta find a way. I wanna do my part, I wanna make that change. This fighting in the streets, what's it all about? Can we stop the hate? Can we work it out? The love that we're feeling, I truly believe in, yeah. Love will show us how. Love will be hand in hand, we'll make a change. Yeah. Heart to heart, we'll find a way. Peace.
The 1993 Essence Awards is brought to you by the great taste of Diet Pepsi. You got the right one, baby. And Color Style. Color and style only Revlon could create for beautiful faces of color.
It's been a fantastic and exciting evening. But hold on to your wigs, baby. Hold on to your seats, too, if you have them, because it's only going to get better, better, better.
Joining us right now is an actress whose talent and beauty have combined to make her one of Hollywood's most sought-after new faces.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And she recently starred in the hit television miniseries Queen.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's so pretty. Oh, she's so pretty. Miss Halle, pretty, pretty Berry. Miss Halle.
Thank you. Lena Horne is synonymous with such words as beauty, glamour, success, and stardom. But this legendary entertainer is also a survivor and a pathfinder. Her life speaks to the importance of knowing and defining ourselves.
Home is a place we all must find, child. It's not just a place where you eat or sleep. Home is knowing. Knowing your mind. Knowing your heart. Knowing your courage. If we know ourselves, we're always home.
Lena Horne began her career working as a showgirl at the Cotton Club before stepping out front as a soloist with Noble Sissle's orchestra. Her beauty and distinctive style set her apart, and it wasn't long before she was a featured cabaret performer.
I was born on a Friday, married on a Friday too.
Lena's success as an entertainer was marred by racial discrimination, often being denied lodging at hotels. She went to Hollywood and became the first black woman to sign with a major studio, but her light complexion posed a problem for movie executives.
They said to Max Factor, look at this woman. Look at her. Say, create a makeup to make her look more colored. That's a little something we used to call each other before we got straight. He said, okay, you know, they'll do anything. He said, I'll try. And he went away, come back about 2 weeks later with a makeup they created for me. Named it Light Egyptian. Took this Light Egyptian and put it all over Ava Gardner.
Lena refused to be stereotyped and considered giving it all up, but Count Basie convinced her otherwise.
I didn't want to be chosen. I had black people tell me, look, there's a million like you, which is absolutely true. With more talent, better looks and everything. You got picked, you know. Basie told me that when I said, I'll never go back to Hollywood. He says, you've got to go because they chose you and they don't give us that chance enough. You're stuck.
Lena became a Hollywood star and a symbol of black aspirations. But because she refused to play a maid, she rarely got the chance to act. Her roles were limited to musical numbers that could be edited out of films so that white moviegoers in the South wouldn't be offended.
There's honey in the honeycomb. There's sugar in the cane.
Lena did get a chance to act, however, in the all-black productions of Cabin in the Sky and Stormy Weather.
Don't know why. There's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather.
Lena spent a good portion of her life trying to fit in and yet remain true to herself. But it wasn't until the civil rights movement of the 60s that she was able to express what she'd always longed for.
Miss Lena Horne.
Freedom to just be herself. Freedom to just be Lena. At least in this lifetime.
I tell you, when I get back in my next 142nd reincarnation, I'm gonna be Tina Turner for 10 minutes if it kills me.
Lena Horne, for your artistry and for opening the door to Hollywood for African-American actresses, and for the passion and pride you have displayed in your career and in the fight for civil rights and human rights. It gives me great pleasure tonight to honor you with the 1993 Essence Award.
I want to thank you. I want to thank you, Susan Taylor, and all the people like you who keep Essence going.
and keep me going, and keep Tina going, and keep Aretha going, and keep Halle Berry going. Because we need a publication to spread the news about us. And I want to say that I think tonight, my grandmother, Cora Calhoun, who was an ardent suffragist in the early 1900s, who enrolled me in the NAACP when I was 3 years old. I'm sorry I lost her when I was 15 years old, but she grounded me. She grounded me very well. And I know she's smiling tonight. Anyway, I couldn't have made it without my grandmother and my great-grandmother and all the grandmothers that came before me. And I learned a bit from all of them. That's why I love our history so much, because if you don't know your history, sometime when you're in despair, you feel very bad. I love you all, and I thank you for hanging in there with me this long.
Incredible singer and composer, Ms. Anita Baker.
Thank you. Lena, my darling, this is a dream come true for me. I've always, as long as I can remember, just loved and admired you. Everything you do carries your own indelible mark, and it's always a mark of excellence. And I love you for it, and this is my way of saying thank you. Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky, stormy weather, since Mom and I ain't together. Keeps raining all the time. Ooh, life is bad, pain and misery everywhere, stormy weather. Can't seem to get myself together. I'm weary all the time. Oh, since he went away, the blues walked in and met me. If he goes to stay, all right can share will get me. I hope and I'm afraid the Lord above will let me walk in the sunshine again. Oh, I can't go on. Everything I had is gone. Stormy weather. Can't seem to get myself together. Keeps raining all the time. It's raining all the
The Essence Awards welcomes Eddie Murphy, Mark Curry, and Sounds of Blackness when we return.
Okay. She was the embodiment of an idea whose time had come. A breath of fresh air on the winds of change.
Senator Carol Moseley Braun.
The days of divide and conquer have to be over.
It is a victory for all of those who thought their franchise had been stolen away by money and power and influence.
It's a new day in America. Illinois is sending a woman to the United States Senate.
That woman was Carol Moseley Braun, the first African-American woman ever elected to the U.S. Senate.
I've said all along, we're going to win this election. Nobody believed me. So we were the little train that could, and we just did it.
Braun's confidence, despite the odds, was fueled by a career of first. She was the first woman and African-American to serve as assistant majority leader in the Illinois House of Representatives, and the first to hold elective office in Cook County government. When the Democratic majority reapportioned communities to the detriment of her black and Hispanic constituencies, Braun put her political career on the line. She sued her own party.
It was kind of strange because I really had not started off thinking I was going to do that. And then a community person came along and said, you know, it's just terrible what they've done to us with these maps. And I said, yeah, it really is. He said, well, somebody ought to file a lawsuit. I said, that's right. He said, well, you're a lawyer, ain't you? I went, yeah, but, you know, I can't just file a lawsuit. Well, I wound up just filing a lawsuit against my own party, and I won. And the three-judge district court said that they had to redraw the boundary lines.
This was one of many victories for a woman who's never been afraid to take on the system.
I feel very strongly about making a democracy in this country work for all of the people.
I've seen her cry about issues that affect people. We've held hands and walked out of the building of the General Assembly, down the street, around the block, into the closest church, and got on our knees and prayed for guidance, what to do for the people of the state of Illinois.
From the south side of Chicago to Capitol Hill, Carol Moseley Braun has consistently crossed the lines that were drawn to contain African Americans and women. She is a trailblazer and truly a woman of vision.
When we come together, respecting the fundamental values my parents embraced, we can light a path into the 21st century that gives hope to those who despair that better days will never come.
Here to present the award is the former chairman of the Democratic National Committee and our new Secretary of Commerce, Mr. Ron Brown.
Senator Carol Moseley Braun. That sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Senator Carol Moseley Braun, for your courage and compassion, for the inspiration your example has provided us, and for showing us that a woman's place is indeed in the House and the Senate of the United States. We take great pride and pleasure in saluting you with this 1993 Essence Award. Congratulations, Senator Braun.
Very much. This is really an honor. A Native American woman once said to me, "Truth is a lonely trail traveled by courage and naivete. And it's not always easy, but I believe sincerely that the Lord brought me to this place, brought me to the United States Senate for a purpose, for a reason. And so it's my duty to do the job that I was sent to do in the United States Senate. I am very much, and I'd like to thank the Essence family for this wonderful award. I am particularly honored to be in such illustrious company. And I can tell you that I will do the best I can do to be a great United States Senator and to make all of you very proud of me. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Senator Braun, most of us can only imagine the stress that goes with politics in Washington. So to help you de-stress, sit back, relax, and have a laugh on us. Please welcome Mark Curry.
How you doing? Before we even start, I want to say, let's salute all the black women in the world. Let's give them a round of applause. Yes, yes. Especially black mothers. Yes. Black mothers have the hardest job in the world. They got to raise our children and do a damn good job at it. You know that. And don't play, because black women have that look. You don't see our kids in the supermarket messing around. Oh, no. You don't see that. Black women got that look. Excuse me, have you lost your mind? My mother used to give me a pre-speech before I even got out the car when we used to go shopping. Remember that pre-speech, mothers? Don't ask for nothing, don't look at nothing. You do something, I'm gonna beat your butt, let's go. My mother used to buy me them cheap tennis shoes in the supermarket. Stretch that dollar. Oh yeah, them cheap tennis shoes right in the meat department with that big $3.99 sign on them. You remember those? Remember they used to look like Nikes, but they said Mikey on the side? Kind you play ball and they just rip. Time out. Time out, man. Time out. Time out. Say, Holmes, you left your soul on that layup back there. I know. Mother, and what was the good cereal? Mother used to never buy you the good cereal. Remember the good cereal? What was the good cereal? Wait, who said cornflakes? Now, what 8-year-old kid gonna want some cornflakes? Mom, we'll take the cornflakes and a little skim milk to go with that? Yeah. No, Captain Crunch was the cereal. Remember that? Yes. Oh, but moms would never buy that. She used to buy us that big bag of puff wheat. Remember that? That big 14-pound bag for $1. Remember those little kernels? They taste like styrofoam cups. You eat a bowl of that, it'll fill you up, though, doesn't it? It'll expand in your stomach. What was that, meatloaf? Whoa, that was good. Worst thing you can do in the supermarket, what's the worst thing you can do? Hit your mother in the back of the heel with that cart. Oh, yes, mothers, I know you can relate to that. I don't care how nice your mother is, how religious, it don't make no difference. She gonna cuss you out. True feelings gonna come out at that time. You can, because you get a, that supermarket car, you just like a little kid, you like a little driving a little car. You hit in the back of the heel of that car, oh, God. I told you, little stupid 6'5" in 8th grade, you can't play no basketball, you goofy, still peeing in the bed. God dang. I ain't your real mama, boy. Thank you, I'm Mark Curry. God bless you people.
Robert Kennedy Jr., Eddie Murphy, and Kathleen Battle tribute Rosa Parks next.
Yes. Well, for one, he was just as nervous as I was backstage. Well, he's a newlywed. Yeah, come on, get a sure bet at the box office, and his name's Eddie Murphy.
Thank you. And I didn't even think y'all had that much energy left in y'all. Y'all been said you got to work out to come to this show, boy. Man, we thank everybody, and I know y'all had no. And sweet Alice, you are the cutest woman I've. You are the cutest woman. She's cute, like she could be George Foreman's aunt, right? Could you picture her and George just hanging, cooling? You are the most adorable, sweetest. All these women that we've been honoring, I've been sitting out there because, you learn a lot. You come in, you learn about people, too. And I've been learning stuff and being turned. I'm really excited. And I just want to, let's do like Susan Taylor did. I want to thank, have a big round of applause for Essence Magazine, huh? Yeah. Essence Magazine. And how about a big round of applause for all black women? Yes, yes, yes. And a big round of applause for little black girls, too, yes. Yes, little black girls. And little black female embryos, everyone. this is a historical moment, incidentally, because we're giving an award. I'm here to give the award to Rosa Parks. You know. Now, it's been said that when our next honoree sat down, the whole world turned around. The civil rights movement began effectively in America the moment Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on the bus in Montgomery, Alabama. Her story is a reminder of the individual's power to act, to alter lives, and make a difference in this world.
In 1955, Montgomery, Alabama was one of the most segregated cities in the South. The symbols of white supremacy were everywhere, and nowhere were they more visible than on the city's bus lines. For black people, riding the bus was an especially humiliating experience. Forced to enter from and ride in the back of the bus, they were also expected to give up their seats to white passengers upon demand. On December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks and 3 other black people were ordered to give up their seats to whites. Rosa alone refused.
I didn't get on with the intention of being arrested. I felt that when he used the words, y'all make it light on yourselves and let me have those seats, that I could not see where it was helping me as an individual and as a passenger, or us as a people, to continue to give in to this type of treatment.
Mrs. Parks was arrested and charged with violating the city's segregation laws.
When she was thrown in jail, then everybody said, well, if Rosa Parks can't be treated right on the bus, nobody can be treated right on the bus. And she was the kind of person who had the total respect of the community. And they rallied around her and started a movement.
We, the Negro citizens, have decided not to ride the buses in Montgomery until we receive some justice and until we get a hearing, even if it takes a year.
Rosa Parks' arrest touched a sensitive nerve in Montgomery's residents. It united the community and focused its frustration. Black people refused to board city buses and became the vanguard of America's civil rights movement. White racists in Montgomery didn't sit idle. Rosa Parks and other boycott leaders were insulted, harassed, and exposed to constant danger. On December 20th, 1956, the Supreme Court order declaring segregation on buses unconstitutional reached Montgomery.
The year-old protest against city buses is officially called off, and the Negro citizens of Montgomery are urged to return to the buses tomorrow morning on a non-segregated basis.
The days of submission and accommodation in the South were gone. Black Americans were now boldly proclaiming a new day. Rosa Parks stood up for her rights as a human being and became a catalyst for change. Her act of courage was the spark that lit the fires of freedom throughout the South. Her life is a portrait of dignity. She is a woman who truly made a difference.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Robert Kennedy, Jr.
In 1966, my father had Rosa Parks in mind when he spoke the following words at the University of Cape Town in South Africa. Each time a man stands up for an ideal, or acts to improve the lot of others, or strikes out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope. And crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, those ripples build a current that can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance. Rosa Parks ignited the flame that destroyed American apartheid and made this country a true constitutional democracy for the first time in its history. In that sense, her courageous act, sitting on a bus and refusing to move, was as important to our nation's formation as was Paul Revere's ride or the Boston Tea Party, and Rosa Parks is as much an American hero as any of those who died in the Revolutionary War or signed the Declaration of Independence.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to present the 1993 Essence Award to someone who in many ways made it possible for all of us to have an evening as dignified as this, Miss Rosa Parks.
Thank you. This is a wonderful evening. It's a long way from the suffering that we endured in Alabama. But for some reason, I had the faith and I prayed that we would one day not have to be insulted, mistreated, and sometimes physically hurt and often killed because we just wanted to be free people. We were so very fortunate that young Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. came on the scene at that time, and that he, along with so many others, helped to make our protests the success that it was. We will never go back to where we once were. And I just said this is a wonderful night, and I shall never forget it. It shall live in my memory as long as I'm here. Thank you.
Inspiring act of bravery has won you the respect and admiration of all freedom-loving Americans. Tonight, Miss Kathleen Battle lifts her voice in song in your honor.
He's got the whole world in his hand. 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 He's got the birds and the bees right in his hand. He's got the birds and the bees right in his hand. He's got the beasts of the field right in his hand. He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got you and me in his hand. He's got you and me right in his hand. He's got everybody in his hand. He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got the
Welcome the publisher and CEO of Essence Magazine, Mr. Edward Lewis, and Essence Magazine President, Mr. Clarence Smith.
It's been a wonderful and great evening. On behalf of the Essence family, I'd like to congratulate all of tonight's outstanding honorees and thank all of the gracious and wonderful presenters.
We'd also like to thank all of our exciting performers and, of course, our fabulous hosts this evening, Miss Patti LaBelle and Mr. Danny Glover.
Thank you. We had a ball, didn't we, Danny?
We had it's screaming.
Screaming?
It was screaming.
It was screaming.
And now, to take us home in style, please welcome Sounds of Blackness.
You don't know me, oh my brother. I was raised here in this living hell. You don't know my kind in your world. Very soon, tide will turn. Oh, you, telling me the things you're gonna do for me. Hey, I ain't blind and I don't like what I think I see. Taking it to the street. Taking it to the street.
Continental. One airline can make a difference. Business first. The comfort and service of international first class at a business class fare. That's the difference on Continental.
This celebration was brought to you by Kraft General Foods, who joined the Essence Awards in saluting quality. At Kraft General Foods, we feed minds, and Colgate-Palmolive and its family of fine consumer products. For the Essence Awards, this is Judy Ann Elder.
Tomorrow, join the PGA Tour with CBS Sports. Live coverage starts at 3 o'clock Eastern as play continues in the Southwestern Bell Colonial Golf Classic. Tomorrow. Thanks for making CBS America's most watched network. Now, get ready for your local news.
Take it to the street.